Welcome back, everybody. So pumped to have you here. Today we're going to be talking about the Yale supplemental essays. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do. It really helps out, and I promise I have more amazing content headed your way. So let's get started, everybody. I'm going to minimize myself here, and let's talk about the first supplemental essay. So I'm going to be going over the long essays, not the short ones, because the short ones are only 35 words, and these are 250 words. So let's get started. First one is Yale's extensive course offerings and vibrant conversations beyond the classroom encourage students to follow their developing intellectual interests wherever they lead. Tell us about your engagement with a topic or idea that excites you. Why are you drawn to it? So there's a couple of things that you really want to notice on this prompt. So the first thing is that they're really asking you to notice that Yale has a huge course offering, and they really emphasize vibrant conversations both inside and outside the classroom, and that students have their own unique, diverse intellectual interests, and that they have the freedom to pursue those interests. And so they've already told you what they think a good fit candidate for their school would be. That person would be somebody who is very interested in something specific, or several things that are specific, very interested in pursuing those things, very interested in pursuing those things by being engaged, motivated, and communicating to other people. So ultimately, they want to facilitate serendipitous interactions among students within the campus and outside the classroom. They're ultimately asking you to tell them about something you're interested in and you're excited about. It doesn't have to be something that you're an expert at, because nobody's going to be an expert at anything at that point. It's going to be something that you're genuinely excited about, and all you have to do is convey your excitement to them. The way that you convey excitement about a subject or a topic is by being specific about what you are excited about. So you can describe that you are excited about something for a specific reason, like, I really like math because of this experience that I've had with it, or because of this specific way that I've used math in my life, or the ways that it's applicable. Or you can talk about a subset of things that you are interested in and how they connect. So you might be interested in both marketing and mathematics, and you're interested in using those two to combine in order to investigate how those two interact with each other. The last way you can show that you're interested in something is calling upon past experiences that you've been really excited about that and conveying that story. So you could talk about a time in math class when you were really struggling with a math concept, and then you watched a video where you broke down the derivation of the calculus formula of how the area of a circle is pi r squared. And when you realize that a lot of the derivations that happened 300 years ago in calculus are actually just based on drawings and based on really smart people figuring things out, that made you a lot more interested in mathematics, because you realize that it's not necessarily something that we figured everything out about, but it's something that we're constantly discovering, just like science. So as long as you can show a story that demonstrates why you're interested in something, or a specific field that you're really interested in, or a specific reason that you're interested in that field, you're going to convey your excitement to them. The last thing is you should try to emphasize how you've gone beyond the classroom, just like they expect their students to go beyond the classroom, to really investigate your curiosity further. So it doesn't have to be that you're going to international competitions and presenting at research awards, but at the least you have to do some reading. Maybe you did a primary source article reading, or you talked to somebody about it, or you had a mentor and you asked them questions, or you talked to your teacher outside of class time. And any of those encounters really shows that you went above and beyond in order to investigate those things. That's ultimately the student that they're looking for. All right, I hope that was helpful. If you have any more questions or any specific questions about this prompt, please leave it in the comment and I'll get to you, I promise. Second prompt. You have two options. They're being nice with this. First prompt that you could talk about for the second prompt is reflect on a community to which you feel connected. Why is this meaningful to you? You may define community however you like. So just like another video that we posted a while back, this prompt is allowing you to have the liberties and responsibility to define community however you want. Community is just a group of people who either share a geographic location or share a cultural identity, or just a group of people. And so you can describe how you're really interested in maybe pursuing a community that has a cultural identity to it that you want to be a part of, or that has a common intellectual interest, or you could talk about hiking community, or you could talk about a service-based community, or you could talk about volunteering in the hospital and that you really like the nurses and doctors that you've worked with and how you feel connected to them. But as long as it's a community, a group of people who you feel connected to, you can explain why you feel connected to them and why that connection is meaningful to you. Ultimately, you'll be showing a lot about your character when you demonstrate a part of the people you're around. It's like they say, the best way to figure out who you are is by just figuring out who the 5 closest people to you are, because social norms are really powerful. They affect who we are, they affect our behavior, they affect our environment. And so if you can think of the community that you're a part of and how that's affected you, either in a good way, hopefully in a good way, or a bad way, or how it's meaningful to you, you can demonstrate a lot about your identity and who you are. All right, second prompt. Reflect on something that has given you great satisfaction. Why has it been important to you? Okay, so this prompt is telling you to asking you to tell a story to them about a time where you felt satisfied. It can be with an intellectual achievement. It can be with an award. It can be with maybe a conversation you had. Maybe you had a difficult encounter with somebody and you were able to go through with it. Any time that you were maybe proud of yourself or you had satisfaction after doing something, you just have to describe what it was, what the story was, and why it was important to you. In other words, how did you grow from that experience, and why were you proud of yourself? So maybe you, on January 1st, you set out to do something, have a new habit, talk to new people, things like that. And every year you give up on your New Year's goals, but by December of that year, you finally reached the New Year's goal and you did everything. That could be an example of having great satisfaction in something. The really important thing is you want to show the growth in whatever you felt proud of, and you want to show why that's an important part of you. And if you can do that, then you'll reveal a lot about yourself. And just remember that the point of these essays is to really be authentic and genuine and to try to convey as much of your personality to the admission committee as you possibly can. And so the idea is that if you dropped your essay on the floor and somebody who didn't really know you and your name was not on the essay read the essay, they would be able to figure out that it was you. That's how specific and that's how unique it should be to yourself. Nobody else should be able to write your essay. And with that, I think we're done with the Yale supplemental essays. If you want to see a video on the Yale very, very short answer essay prompts, I can do that too. Just let me know in the comments and I'll make a video on that. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks so much for listening. Like and subscribe if you haven't. It really helps out. And yeah, peace, love, and positivity. Bye, guys.